Live from the News Center, this is 7 on your side at 11.
You're in for a wet weekend. This rain system drenching parts of central U.S. is headed our way.
It's getting more organized as it closes in on your community. Chief Meteorologist Christy Henderson is tracking your forecast from the Storm Team 7 Weather Alert. Christy.
All right, Tom, the weather is going to turn more active, but we're going to see some pop-up storms tomorrow and then into Saturday. Our front out to the west is going to be moving on in. Tonight it stretches roughly from the Great Lakes area through Missouri back into the northern part of Texas. And we've got a lot of disturbances helping to keep that front activated tonight. So right now most of the action is out to our west. As we go through tomorrow, though, things are going to start to change for us. Cold front will be arriving Saturday night. We'll look for some summer-like pop-up thunderstorms around tomorrow, so not a washout, but there will be some unsettled weather through the afternoon hours. A better chance of rain this weekend. I'll let you know how long those rain chances are going to last, and we'll talk about how much rain we could see this time around. My forecast coming up in a few minutes. Tom?
All right, thanks, Christy. With crowds of more than 10,000 people, upstate college campuses will be beefing up security for graduation this weekend.
Clemson University police tell us that they have reviewed their security after the Boston attacks, and they've made some changes to help keep you safe. All new at 11, our Rachel Kent digs into what the security policies mean for you.
Graduation may not be until tomorrow, but Clemson student Laura Lester put on her cap and gown and posed for a few photos.
I'm very excited. I've definitely worked really hard to get where I am today.
Lester, along with her classmates, will graduate in front of nearly 10,000 people inside Littlejohn Coliseum. Clemson University Police Chief Johnson Link wants you to be prepared. His department will be enforcing strict security policies.
The world's not what it was 10 years ago.
Link tells us no backpacks and no oversized bags will be allowed in the Coliseum.
When you have so many people in such a confined space, I don't see any other option really.
While backpacks are not allowed inside, large purses like this one are allowed in but expect to be searched. Everything from camera bags, purses, and diaper bags will all be thoroughly searched. After the Boston bombings, Link understands people are on edge, so expect to see an increased number of officers. Since the bombings, Link tells us his department has made some security changes, things you might not even be aware of.
We don't discuss that and tell folks what we're doing, but we are, and our plan has changed somewhat as well.
While Clemson University police focus on security, proud mom Gina Lester is focusing on her daughter Laura.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I love you very much, and I'm very, very proud.
And is just excited to see all her daughter's hard work pay off. Now, the police chief told me these security policies are for any big event in Clemson, including Clemson football games, and that means no backpacks at any of those events. We're reporting live from the Greenville newsroom. Rachel Kent, 7 on your side.
All right, Rachel, thank you. Now, University of South Carolina's graduation is also tomorrow. We checked into it with the campus to see if there are any security policy changes. We're told there are no special procedures in place. Law enforcement will be there, though, of course, to provide security. All new at 11, a new batch of graduates is hitting the workforce. We were there as these 375 Spartanburg Community College graduates took the stage, one by one, getting their diplomas this evening. Our own Fred Cunningham was there handing out the degrees. We want to say congratulations to SEC's 2013 graduating class. Well, we just checked, and police tell us they still don't know what led to a deadly triple murder.
Those gunshots frightened neighbors who immediately called 911. Listen.
The daughter and the son-in-law was outside fighting, and then I heard, we come in the house, and I heard gunshots, and I'm talking there's massive gunshots. I have kids in the house, and they have kids outside, too.
When deputies got to the scene, they found 3 bodies, but no gunman. The shootings happened here on Piney Ridge Road in Henderson County. Deputies say Ralph Robert Warren III killed his estranged wife and her parents, then ran. That set off a massive manhunt. It ended when deputies found Warren's body. They say he had shot and killed himself. Neighbors tell us they saw the couple fight on several different occasions, but no one predicted it would turn deadly.
I couldn't believe it. I saw how it happened, but I couldn't believe that it was real, because you only see in the movies.
Deputies returned to the scene today and met with Warren's mother and searched his bedroom, but they still don't have a motive. A background check shows Warren has 2 charges of making harassing phone calls back in 2012. He was later charged with 2 counts of failure to appear on those charges. He had a felony assault charge from 2005, but he pleaded guilty to a reduced charge.
We're learning new details tonight about the man accused of holding 3 women as sex slaves. Ariel Castro confessed to kidnapping these 3 women, and now he could face the death penalty for it. Tonight, Castro is sitting in jail under an $8 million bond. The police report says one of the alleged victims, Michelle Knight, told the investigators Castro got her pregnant 5 times. She said each time Castro starved and beat her until she miscarried. Now, in Ohio, unlawfully ending a pregnancy is considered aggravated murder. The county prosecutor will now take the case to a grand jury.
I fully intend to seek charges for each and every act of sexual violence, rape, each day of kidnapping, every felonious assault, all his attempted murders, and each act of aggravated murder he committed by terminating pregnancies.
Tonight, Ariel Castro is on suicide watch. CBS News is reporting that he wrote a suicide note confessing to the kidnappings years ago. He also blamed the women for their kidnapping, saying they made a mistake by getting into a stranger's car when they were teenagers. Castro's note also said he wanted all of his savings to go to his victims.
New tonight, we now know the fate of a local man accused in a sniper-style attack. Today, a judge sentenced Brian Holder to 40 years in prison. Investigators say Holder, who you see here, used a stolen rifle to shoot at 3 people at 2 gas stations in Spartanburg County last July. He pleaded guilty before his trial to theft and malicious injury to personal property. His accomplice, Tyler Schomer, is in jail awaiting sentence. A plea tonight to the public from the family of a fallen upstate deputy. They're trying to keep their son's killer behind bars. Greenville County Deputy Marcus Whitfield was responding to a call when he was shot and killed in August 1999. Corey Harris was sentenced to a total of 25 years in the case. Harris is up for parole later this month. Whitfield's family started an online letter campaign pleading for people to write in and protest the convicted killer's release.
You just have all confidence that the right thing would be to keep him in jail, but until they come out and say it's denied, then it's just like, you know, your heart just kind of drops because you have this fear that they're going to let him out.
That parole hearing will be held in Columbia May 22nd. The Whitfield family plans to make the trip and protest Harris's release in person.
A man who confessed recently to 20 felonies is back on the streets and accused of more crimes. In February, Michael Shane Hill pleaded guilty after confessing to breaking into churches and stealing grave vases all around the upstate. But a circuit judge gave him probation. The reason? The judge said Hill's criminal history wasn't bad and that the crimes weren't violent. 2 weeks ago, Union County deputies picked up Hill again on brand new grand larceny charges, something that upsets the sheriff and even some lawmakers.
Maybe these judges ought to have to run for political judgeship, and they'd have to answer to the people.
It gives me concern to see that a person that has committed this many crimes is being put on probation.
Even though lawmakers might be upset, most still don't agree with taking away discretion from judges. They say accountability is built into the system. The General Assembly elects the judges. They're screened by a special committee, and that committee takes into consideration any complaints against the men and women on the bench. Those complaints should be made to South Carolina's court administration out of Columbia. Saved from doggy death row, dozens of pets with just 24 hours left to live have been given a reprieve because of your generosity.
An overloaded shelter is relieved, but the struggle isn't over. There are still too many cats and dogs coming into the shelter every day. New at 11, our Drew Smith has more on how you can help bring about a long-term solution.
It's been a busy couple of nights down here at the Greenville County Animal Care Center, but nobody's complaining about that. There's been a tremendous response to our stories about the overcrowding here. Now the staff hoping they can empty out a few more of these cages. 200 animals. Woo! These people are lined up, eager to fill out adoption papers. They're encouraged by the results of the past 48 hours.
I got off work early. I got them from school and we headed straight here.
Almost all of the 70 pets on a super urgent list waiting to be put down are now looking at life in a new home.
I can't help all of them, but if I help one and other people help one, then, you know, it makes a difference.
Sarah and Walt Dotherow lost their last dog not too long ago. They were going to wait to replace him until they saw the need here.
It makes me very sad. I've always loved animals, and I wish human beings were more responsible.
She's talking about the lack of spaying and neutering going on. That's one reason why the shelter is so over capacity. In the summer months, as many as 100 pets come in every day. Today was different, though, in the amount of pets going out.
We could be at 90% live release, which is essentially a no-kill community. And that's what we're hoping to be one day.
The amount of interest in adoption certainly helps, but the way to stop the overcrowding problem at its source is to cut down on the number of unwanted pets being born.
I'm hoping that we can educate our young people to understand the importance of spaying and neutering, because that's the only answer.
Again, all of these staff members will tell you the #1 issue is spaying and neutering. They have a low-cost program here. They're hoping more people will take advantage of it. In Greenville, I'm Drew Smith, 7 on your side.
Animal shelter overcrowding is a problem all over our area. We've checked with the Anderson County Humane Society to see what's working for them. They say increased education in schools and at retailers is helping increase spaying and neutering. Spartanburg County's also seen a lot more success recently with its cat program. Many cats are released with the surgery instead of being put down.
Happening now, several roads are closed as Greenville gets ready for Artisphere, the big festival this weekend. The map is going to show you here the road closures involved. Greenville police say that will impact Main Street from Court Street to River and Augusta Streets. The Arts and Cultural Festival opens at noon tomorrow. It runs right through Sunday. The roads won't reopen until 11 o'clock Sunday night.
New tonight, it could be the crime of the century. Hackers targeted banks to steal millions. That's ahead. First, we have a frightening sight caught on camera. This had people running from the streets. It's all new, and it's next. Plus, it's a mark to be proud of, but that A from the health inspections could still mean something dangerous and dirty lurking in restaurant kitchens. Don't miss the dirt our community watchdog Gordon Dill found out when he went digging for answers. New at 11 and caught on tape, a frightening fire that sent people running. Take a look at this. The 911 lines lit up when these flames leapt up from a storm drain and forced people to leave the city's Chelsea neighborhood. Firefighters closed the street while they put out the flames. Fire officials blamed that fire on an underground transformer. All new at 11, it's a massive bank heist. It could be the next crime of the century.
Investigators say a worldwide gang of hackers stole $45 million in just a matter of hours. The Secret Service says 8 men hacked into a database of prepaid debit cards. They drained cash machines around the globe. Banks were targeted by the hackers who wrote programs that eliminated withdrawal limits on prepaid debit cards. The hackers would increase account balances on those cards and then collect the money, basically getting it for free. New tonight, Minnesota is likely the next state to legalize same-sex marriage. Tonight, that state's House passed a measure to do just that. You see the representatives here approving the bill. It now goes on to the Senate. The governor says he'll sign that bill if it makes it to its desk. Minnesota would be the 12th state and the first Midwestern state to allow same-sex marriage.
Well, you've seen the letter grades posted right on the front door of every restaurant. Odds are it's the letter A. The A's are the result of surprise inspections designed to protect your health. But get this, even the highest scores could hide unsafe food and unsanitary conditions. Our community watchdog Gordon Dill spent months combing through thousands of upstate inspections. In this community watchdog investigation restaurant report cards, Gordon got answers about keeping you safe.
April 11, 2012, Chef Fritz Manigault earned a very bad grade, the lowest inspection score in the upstate that year. He says it crippled his business. He says other restaurants are no cleaner, safer, or healthier than his.
There are a lot of restaurants out here, and they're boasted they have no issues. Well, that's a lie. Most all restaurants have issues.
If it sounds like Manigault is serving sour grapes, here's the clock in Greer. They've had 5 surprise inspections in the last 2 years. The owner, Jimmy Chilkus, earned straight A's on the door. The lowest score was a 96 of 100.
Do you trust the A? I mean, if you see an A on the door, do you always know that means clean, or do you?
Yeah, but you also have to look for yourself. At least I do.
Our investigation analyzed tens of thousands of restaurant scores from Anderson, Greenville, and Spartanburg counties over a 2-year period. They're graded on a 100-point scale. Points are subtracted for specific violations. You'd lose 5 points for potentially hazardous food that's undercooked or not refrigerated. An 88 or higher earns an A. In our study, more than 98% of inspections scored that high. We also found serious problems.
We're not really in the business of shutting them down. We're in the business of preventing health hazards.
We discovered that even restaurants with an A on the door may be hiding those health hazards, what the state calls critical violations. In some cases, they're corrected at unbelievable speed, like Anderson's Papas and Beer, cited for potentially hazardous food, cross-contamination, and improper hygiene, including chicken that wasn't cooked to a safe temperature. We found that inspection from November 1st, ending at 10:25 a.m., earning 62 out of 100. But look, This second inspection, starting that very minute on the same day, earned a perfect 100. The state calls that a problem with data entry.
Is there any way for somebody who ate at this restaurant November the 1st of 2011 to know that they were eating potentially hazardous food?
I'm trying to think of how to answer that.
In other cases, we found evidence of serious issues that are never corrected. This Mexican restaurant in Greenville County was called Supreme Chicken in July of 2011 when inspectors found presence of roaches, a critical violation. 3 weeks later, another inspection, more roaches. The next year, in March and September, the same restaurant, now called El Ranchito, posted an A on the door, even after inspectors found and photographed evidence of the presence of roaches.
Why isn't it getting fixed?
Okay. I do see where it is insects and rodents.
It's number 11.
Right. They would be considered a critical violation. If we find an incident where, or an instance rather, where they do have insects, rodents, that type of thing, we consider that to be an educational opportunity.
Do you think customers should know if 3 straight inspections revealed roaches in the kitchen of a restaurant?
I would want to know, yes.
Most likely you won't. The health department told us they can't find any record of shutting down an upstate restaurant for repeated violations. Nowhere in the upstate in the last several years. Some, like Chef Manigault, say they've learned from that single bad day, but still,
Just basically know your restaurant. Know the restaurants you're going to eat at.
it pays to know before you go. I pressed the state for solutions and was told they're looking at improvements to their website that would give you more information on restaurant inspections, but we aren't waiting. Instead, we're going to use our own website to give you the information you need. Go to WSPA.com, search for any restaurant in Greenville, Spartanburg, or Anderson counties. You'll see the result of every inspection from 2011 to now. We're updating it with new information each month. Also, I did contact each of the restaurants you saw in this report. Only Chef Manigault was willing to appear on camera.
All right, Gordon, thank you for that. Let's take a look at those letter grades. They're scored a lot easier than in school. 88 to 100 is an A, 70 to 87 a B, 70 to 77 is a C. There is no letter grade below that. You can search by letter grade at WSPA.com. That way, even if a bad grade was changed immediately, we still have a record of that inspection.
Well, tonight's weather is going to be an A. Everything is going to be nice and quiet for us. Temperatures fairly comfortable out there right now at GSP. The temperature 62 degrees, and we're only going to see that reading drop into the upper 50s by morning. So overall, looking for very mild temperatures. And that means as we get off to a running start that it's going to be a warm afternoon. Should make our way up to 83 in the afternoon, and we will look for a chance of some showers and thunderstorms. Should be a step up from where we were today. Today it was fairly isolated. Tomorrow we're going to throw a few more in the mix, and then we'll continue to increase that chance for rain as we go into Saturday. Right now, quiet weather in Asheville, 59 degrees there. Should be down to 51 in the morning, 72 by the middle part of the day, 77 will be the high with widely scattered showers and some thunderstorms developing during the afternoon. Here's a satellite map. Notice the few showers and storms that got going in the mountains, made their way across the upstate. Tonight, conditions are very quiet where we are. Different story, though, out to the west. We've got a front that roughly stretches from the Great Lakes area through Missouri back into the northern part of Texas. Several groups of thunderstorms here. In fact, the threat of severe weather across the western part of Louisiana. Well, that whole system is moving our way, and as it gets closer, we're going to see the coverage of the rain on the increase. And right now, if the timing stays the same, which it should, best chance is going to be Saturday afternoon into Saturday evening. Friday, 7 a.m., we're in pretty good shape. We'll see a lot of sunshine. Clouds will try to build during the course of the day as winds will mainly be out of the southwest. Friday, 5 p.m., we're going to have some activity out there, but not a washout, and temperatures will be warm because of that. Our front by 8 p.m. Friday will be over the western part of Tennessee, and we may see a few lingering showers. And then getting into the day on Saturday in the morning, a few showers possible. Saturday, 5 a.m., and then the cold front makes its way into the western Carolinas. Saturday, 4 p.m. is a good chance we'll see some active weather. By later Saturday night, though, things are going to start to quiet down. Mild temperatures across the southeast, 60s and 70s. We've got 50s in Asheville, lower 60s right now in Spartanburg. Here's a Storm Team 7-day forecast. Into tomorrow, a high of 83 degrees, 82 on Saturday with a better chance of some rain. And then just in time for Mother's Day, things start to quiet down and they cool off too. 78 the high on Sunday, 71 on Monday. We'll see a warmer weather going into Wednesday and Thursday with highs back in the 80s. Next chance of rain on Thursday. And there's your mountain forecast. Look for a high of 77 tomorrow, 74 on Saturday with a better chance of some rain. Well, we want you to win a new bedroom set. Each night at 6 and 11, you'll get a code word. Tonight's code word is local. Take that to our Facebook page, click the Watch Like Win button, follow the instructions, and you'll be registered to win. We're going to announce the winner at the end of the month. Amy?
Christy, thanks. New tonight, Twitter could take the guesswork out of changing your child's diapers.
Plus, it could be a major change for a very popular e-reader. That's next, and it's new and 7 on your side, Consumer Watch.
New tonight in a 7 on your side, Consumer Watch. Microsoft wants to jump into the fast-growing e-book market.
The company wants to buy Barnes & Noble's Nook business. According to the TechCrunch, Microsoft is thinking about offering a $1 billion buyout. Shares of Barnes & Noble stock jumped 16% this morning at the news. Microsoft already spent $300 million for a nearly 18% stake in the Nook division last year.
New tonight, thanks to an invention at Huggies, babies can send a tweet when they wet their diapers. Huggies Tweet Pee is a system with a sensor that attaches to your baby's diaper. When it's time for a change, that unit will alert mom and dad with a tweet. You can retweet it to let all your followers know your baby made a hashtag tinkle. Really? Right now, it's only being promoted in Brazil. If it's successful, yeah, you can bet it'll be available in the U.S. very soon.
Games like this could become a thing of the past if the SEC makes a key move. That's coming up.
Bill Haas experiencing the anguish so many have before him at number 17 at Ponte Vedra. Clunk, it goes into the water. Haas at 5 over, just about out of it after round 1 of the TPC. The pace set by former Georgia Tech golfer Roberto Castro at 963, including an eagle and 7 birdies. He's 3 up on the field. William McGirt, the best of the area golfers, he's at 2 under par. Good evening, everybody. USC and UNC make it official today as they'll not only open this season against each other in Columbia, but in 2015 they'll kick off that campaign in Charlotte. Now, from each school's standpoint, it's a no-brainer of a matchup, although the Gamecocks AD noting why it's possible to play this kind of contest now.
If we were playing 9 games in the league right now, and then you add this game and the Clemson game, that's a very, very difficult schedule. So you have to be careful about that. But where we are right now, we're excited about the 8 games in the league and playing Clemson and North Carolina.
And the schools indicate they could meet in Charlotte in the future. Braves opening up a weekend series in San Francisco. Brian McCann getting back into the groove. 2-run homer gives Atlanta the lead in the second at 2-1. Must be a good night for the catchers at the plate, because a little bit later on, Buster Posey with a man on goes deep. As they play in the 4th, it's 3-2 San Francisco. Earlier today, Washington edging Detroit, trying to keep pace or gain ground on the Braves. The Drive, meanwhile, going at it against Augusta, falling behind 4-0 after a half inning. They try a comeback. Jordan Weems with the RBI. Nori Tavares scores, but it's not enough. Greenville falls 6-3, and Asheville lost to Kannapolis tonight 13-12. By the way, USC baseball coach Chad Holbrook saying slugger L.B. Dantzler looking better today at practice than expected after he dislocated his shoulder last night running the bases. And the High School League Executive Committee will hear the Chapman softball appeal Monday morning, so the 3A playoffs remain in a holding pattern through the weekend. 4A baseball playoffs tonight, elimination game at Wade Hampton where Dorman visits in the 5th inning, 2-2 game. Man on third, Barry Pyle batting the wild pitch, lets Jordan Ford score. Moments later, another wild pitch gets a Wade Hampton run in, and that holds up. Wade Hampton moves on to play Blythewood tomorrow. 4-2, Dorman's season comes to an end in 3A. Eastside eliminated Greenville. Flora beat Travelers Rest. Dorman's tennis team, by the way, won the 4A Upper State Crown. 1-1 game late. J.L. Mann at home against Fort Mill tonight in 4A soccer. And the header goes for James Campbell. It's a winner just about at the buzzer. The excitement, the pandemonium for the Patriots. They get the Campbell header for the 2-1 victory against Fort Mill. That among the soccer action tonight. Other scores going by, and of course tomorrow, many upper state championships on the line in both baseball and softball. All right. Thanks. Look forward to that. Well, thanks for watching tonight. Our next news daybreak at 5 a.m.
Of course, stay up to date with information overnight on WSPA.com. Letterman's coming up. Have a great night.
Good night.